Good evening. Welcome to the DerryCAM Council meeting for Tuesday, February 20th. Council Katz-Chorus, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Yes, sir. If I can get up. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. For those new here, the emergency exits in the back of the room. If you have cell phones, please silence them. In the event of emergency, everybody's here. Just look in the back of the room, they'll help you. And we'll do a roll call. Council Chiricello.
Good evening.
Council Spencer.
Good evening.
Council Katz-Chorus.
Good evening.
Council Ganesi.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Council McEachern.
Good evening.
And good evening from the chair. We will go into public forum.
Do we want to do the motion first for the minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Right here.
I'll make a motion to unseal portions of the non-public minutes for May 2nd, 2023, June 6th, 2023, December 19th, 2023, January 10th, 2024, February 6th, 2024, and move to unseal all of the non-public minutes from February 21st, 2023, March 7th, 2023, April 4th, 2023, August 15th, 2023, September 19th, 2023, and November 7th, 2023.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to unseal those portions of the minutes. Second by Council McEachern. On the motion, Council Chiricello.
Yes.
Councilor Spencer.
Yes.
Council Katz-Chorus.
Yes.
Councilor Ganesi.
Yes.
Council McEachern.
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Passes 7-0. Now public forum.
Move to into public forum.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to open public forum. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public forum is now open. If you wish to speak, please come up and do so. State your name and address for the record. Oh, and anyone home?
Seeing none, rise online, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, seeing no one rising on home and no one jumping to the forefront here, I'm going to make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to close public forum. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public forum is now closed. Consent agenda. Gonna break these up. Item 24-12, approved non-public minutes from February 6, 2024. Those minutes are sealed.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to seal those, to accept that consent. On the motion, Council Chiricello.
Yes.
Councilor Spencer.
I'll abstain. I wasn't
Councilor
here.
Katz-Chorus.
Yes.
Councilor Ganesi.
Yes.
Councilor McEachern.
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Passes 5-0-1. All right. Items 24-13, approved minutes from February 6, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
And we're going to add on 24. You okay?
Oh, sorry.
Councilor?
Sure.
Yeah.
24, okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to add on 24-16, resolution 2024-011,
Okay.
to accept unanticipated revenues from the Hampshire DOT and authorize utility agreement for the Exit 4A project. There'll be a public hearing on that March 5th.
Still approved.
All right.
And it's still second, I think, by Aaron. so.
All right, so we have a motion,
Yeah,
Council
I'll second.
McEachern, second by Council Spencer. And the motion, Council Chiricello.
Yes.
Council Spencer.
Yes.
Council Katz-Chorus.
Yes.
Council Ganesi.
Yes.
Council McEachern.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion carries 6-0. All right, Chair's report. Going to start with boards and committees and commission presentations. We'll start with Mr. St. Pierre from the Derry Housing and Redevelopment Authority. Good evening.
Good evening, Council. Ernest St. Pierre, Commissioner, Derry Housing Authority, Redevelopment Authority, sorry. Just a couple points that we'd like to bring to your attention. The Derry Housing and Redevelopment Authority administers 111 Section 8 housing choice vouchers. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development provides administrative fees to pay for the operation of the program. This year, we added 3 new vouchers. More vouchers don't always mean fewer families having a place to call home. The major issue is finding places we can work with for these clients to call home. Rental places and prices are out of the reach for most of our clients, even with assistance. Derry Housing and Redevelopment Authority, as most of you know, we own 17 Peabody Road here in Derry. We also own 1 and 3 Peabody Row Annex. Each has 4 one-bedroom apartments that are rented to low-income, elderly, and disabled residents. Derry Housing Redevelopment recently sold 12 Peabody Road, which is the old vintage Grace building. That took some doings with a lot of help from Dave. We finally got through the HUD loopholes and high hurdles that we had to jump through, and we finally got that transaction done. That's all behind us. With the proceeds from that sale of that property, we're actively seeking similar locations in town. Similar to what our other Peabody Road locations are, which are fourplexes, which makes it nice for us to control and to rent out to people in need. The problem with a lot of the properties is each unit has to meet the housing quality standards. So you just can't take a regular old apartment, just throw it out there and put people in it. We have to meet all the housing standards that are set upon us. The waiting list for Section 8 assistance has approximately 174 applicants. And most of them people will wait 3 to 4 years before we can do anything for them. And a lot of that has to do with the housing availability. We give the people on our wait list, we give preference to the honorably discharged veterans, victims of domestic violence. We also help Derry residents come first. The Derry Housing Redevelopment Authority put approximately $970,000 this past year into the local economy through housing assistance payments to the landlords on behalf of its clients. The Derry Housing Redevelopment Authority conducts housing quality standard inspections on every unit leased to a Section 8 resident on an annual basis. We have 111 vouchers that we have out there, so that's a lot of inspections that we have to do. Challenge for every year is the same funding. Because of congressional appropriations, we receive approximately 85% of what is eligible for Section 8 administrative fees annually, which makes budgeting difficult each and every year. There is currently one vacant spot on the Derry Housing and Redevelopment Authority Commissioners. The opening is for a tenant representative, which has to be somebody that is on the program, receives assistance, and lives in one of our apartments. We're short that person. We don't have that person as a commissioner at this time. We also have one commissioner that refilled out his application to stay on the commissioner board. And that will be coming up, I guess, pretty soon, in another month or so, I think it is, that'll be before you. And when you get that, we recommend a person that did fill out that application. That's basically it. Other than that, we're steady as we go.
Any questions, comments?
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Ernie.
taking me
Appreciate
first.
it.
Now I can get out of here.
All right, next up, we have the Conservation Commission, Vice Chair Rick Bazanga. This is the B team presentation, how you said?
He looks confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all match, right?
One of the good guys.
Same barber.
Yeah.
The only one without glasses.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the council. I'm Ricardo Bazanga, 8 North Shore Road. I am a commissioner with the Conservation Commission and have served as vice chair for kind of longer than I can remember. So Jim couldn't make it tonight, so I'm the fill-in. I'll be very brief. Take any questions you might have. The Conservation Commission has a couple of key purviews. The first is that we are in the TRC program. When people are doing development in town, we're part of that program as one of the members, one of the stakeholders. We are advocates for water quality and the watershed protection in the town. And we are stewards and advocates for the town-owned conservation properties and the corresponding conservation easements on those properties. This year, 2023, we become more and more busy in the TRC process because what's left in developing in town almost always has some sort of wetland impact. So a majority of the properties that are being developed now come before us. Yeah, I've been on the commission, I think, I don't know, I think it was 2010 when I got put on, but I've been on for a long time, and when I was first put on, we were doing mostly subdivisions that had less impacts on the wetlands. Now it seems like everything that comes through has some sort of wetland impact, so we're involved in that process. We are also in charge of Broadview Farm and the public gardens there. One of the commission members is in charge of that. He does a good job with that. It's Will is his first name. And this year we were able to contract with an outside vendor to do the mowing there, and that was a big upside there. Our needs moving forward this year is as we continue to accumulate conservation properties and easements, we find it more challenging to maintain those properties and easements through the current volunteerism that we have now. So we've had some initial discussions on getting more help from DPW in the town, or even maybe seeking a more permanent solution in taking care of those conservation properties, both from a trail maintenance perspective, and we do some monitoring for the state agencies for those easements. That's a discussion we'll have moving forward. We also still need some signage work at the trailheads that entering those conservation properties. If the commissioners agree, I'm going to be running for chair of the commission in the upcoming year. Jim is going to step down as a commissioner. His times are becoming less and less available, and as I take the chairmanship, if I am so obliged, I'll be probably looking for your help on those issues. Take any questions you might have.
Questions, comments? All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You as well. Thanks. Councilor McEachern with the Legislative Task Force update.
I do not have any prepared statement for the Legislative Task Force, so I will get over my shyness and see if I can come up with something for you guys. We've had a series of meetings. We've been meeting a little more than quarterly, which has been very good. It's a group created with 3 councilors, Aaron, myself, and Dave, 3 state reps, and 3 members of the school board participate, and Tina's been there at all the meetings for the note-taking purposes. Regina, our senator, is also there, so it's a good group. Participation's been very good. I mean, there's usually 2 from each board, and the senator there, so a lot of good, lively conversations regarding anything to do with the town, the state, and the school, which has been great. So there's been a lot of information sharing, which is significant and important. We've passed along to the legislative delegation opportunities to help the school district in the sense that we all know they have to send their money back and the extra money. There's been talk and some presentations up in Concord about changing some of the laws so that a school district, at the end of the year, any extra money would have to go into a fund specifically for buildings and maintenance and things of that nature, as opposed to doing a give back. There was some lively discussion for a couple months over that. There have been some meetings pulled together fairly quickly based on what's happening in Concord, and then the team gets together and discusses it. So the information now is shared with everybody, and people have a real understanding of what's going on. Conversely, between the 3 councilors, we've given updates on what we're doing in the town, and then the delegation membership, Erica Leon, Jody Nelson, and Dave Mills have been updating us on Concord, as has Senator Birdsell. So we've had a lot of good meetings. We will continue to meet into next year, and I think everybody's very satisfied with the work we're doing and the information sharing. That's it.
Thank you. Questions? Nope. All right, thank you. That's all I have from the chair's report. We'll move on to the town administrator.
Okay, thank you. As I reported at the last meeting, our fire chief, Jim Ritson, has notified me he intends to retire as of March 1st of 2024. As you may recall, we went through a chief search just about 2 years ago. We had an outside evaluator helping us, and he really gave us an opinion that the qualifications of our leadership team here is is better than and certainly more comparable to other outside candidates. So we looked at the current leadership staff, and I'm really pleased to appoint, subject to confirmation of town council, Assistant Chief Haggard to be our Derry's next fire chief. Assistant Chief Haggard's been with the departments in Derry for over 23 years. He's risen through the ranks. He's worked all the different, not only the titles, but the job responsibilities and various tasks at Derry Fire, and I have the utmost confidence he will continue to lead the department forward. So I'd like to welcome Assistant Chief Haggard to answer any questions you may have. Chief?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Questions?
The best of the best. What can we say?
So for the record, we already did speak with the chief. And asked a lot of the questions that we had, so.
I think we're all questioned out, but I will say, I feel like I'm at the fire department budget hearing right now with everybody in the back. And, you know, they're all sitting here, we're doing the budget. I'm just waiting for the fire truck to go by now.
Oh, they're all up there.
Right, which used to happen annually when I did the budget back in the late 90s and early 2000s. We always had the truck go by and blow the horn. So I think tonight we can blow the horns and go by for having a great candidate for fire chief, and
Yep.
certainly welcome you on board. And if there are no questions, I'd be happy to read the resolution.
And I just want to say, so just publicly that, you know, we went through this search a few years ago, trying to get the person you're replacing, and it's nice to know that now we had somebody within our depths that we could move on up, and so I want to thank you from all the citizens and all the council for taking that challenge and moving forward with your career, and, you know, stepping up and, you know, being the face of the department moving forward, and there's no doubt you'll do an excellent job, and we thank you for your service, and we look forward to what you're gonna provide and do for the community, so, thank you.
And the resolution, Mr. Chair. Resolution number 2024-012, to confirm the appointment of the fire chief. Whereas Section 88A of the town charter requires that the town council confirm the appointment of certain appointed officers, and whereas they are willing and be impending vacancy of the office of fire chief, and whereas the town administrator has appointed a candidate who possesses the necessary skills, experience to succeed in the position, now therefore be resolved in council that the appointment of Sean Haggard as fire chief is hereby confirmed. This resolution shall take effect March 1st, 2024, adopted February 20th, 2024.
Second.
Okay, motion by Counsel McEachern, second by Counsel Katz-Corus. On the motion, Counsel Cherichello.
Yes.
Counsel Spencer.
Yes.
Counsel Katz-Corus. Counsel Granessi.
Yes.
Counsel McEachern.
Yes, absolutely.
And the chair,
Uh-oh.
yes. Motion passes
Why did
6-0.
you hesitate?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Chief, I'd let you have your staff come forward, take a picture with them. Have Owen take a picture with all of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Come on ahead, come on up,
come on up, guys.
come on up.
Why not?
Take a picture with the chief.
Gents, and stand there with your new chief.
Whoa.
Where would you like us? This is his former group?
Yeah, some of them.
So we've got this
Right, this is his former
Don't do it.
engine or whatever.
Oh, is it?
This is his former engine.
Huh?
No, it's just mixed, yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed this group of, I see all guys. No ladies, all guys. Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent. One more round.
The best of the best.
Congratulations, Chief.
All right, here's your new fire chief. All right.
So tomorrow evening, Mark Fleischer, our CFO, and I will be presenting the draft FY '25 to FY '30 capital improvements program to the planning board, and we'll be sending you an email, emailing you a PDF copy of that for your information. We'll take any comments and suggestions from the planning board, finalize the plan, will be included in our FY '25 budget, which will be presented to the council on April 2nd. Senator Birdsell has successfully received approval to file a late bill, Senate Bill 589, which allow us, the town, to place a surcharge on out-of-town sewer services to recognize the investment made by Derry taxpayers and ratepayers over the decades of building the system, and those funds will be available either for reinvestment into our utilities or for economic development purposes. So I suspect the hearing will take place after the legislature's winter break, which will be happening next week. So I expect a hearing sometimes in March. We expect that we'll be receiving bids on the remaining subcontracts for Central Fire on March 14th. And as evidence in the consent agenda is that we'll be hiring a engineer for the Exit 4A project to work on our utility conflicts. And that work will be totally reimbursable by NHDOT. And that's pretty much for Contract B. Again, it runs from the Londonderry Town Line to around bypass 28 in Shenito. And that entire project is scheduled for a May advertisement and probably starting construction this fall. So it's moving along, so.
Questions?
Very well laid out.
All right.
Yep.
New business, 24-14, resolution 2024-008, to approve and fund a collective bargaining agreement with the Derry Police Patrolmen's Association. Mr. Garrett.
Yeah, as we discussed previously, we have collective bargaining agreements with 7 of our units. Of those units, 2 of the units opted for 3-year agreements, which were scheduled to expire on June 30th of 2024. We have reached agreement with the Derry Police Patrolmen's Association and actually received word that the Derry Police Supervisors have also ratified their contract. So that second agreement will be before the council at your March 5th meeting. This is for a 3-year agreement. It provides for a market adjustment and also provides for a 3% COLA. Now, with the existing units, we have a 2% COLA, but most of those units, we agreed to a Me Too clause, and so those units will also be receiving a 3% adjustment effective July 1st of 2024. So I would recommend that the council adopt resolution number 2024-008.
All right, do we have any questions?
Yeah, I just want to make one comment to say thank you to the members of the bargaining team on both our side, the management side and the police side. I thought they had a great negotiation. It was great hearing and getting the feedback. And just want to extend my thanks for everybody coming together for what's a very good contract. So thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move that the council adopt resolution number 2024-008 to approve and fund collective bargaining agreement with the Derry Police Patrolmen's Association. Whereas Section 5.1 of the Town Charter establishes the Town Council as the governing and legislative body of the town, thereby empowering the council to enter into contracts, and whereas the town administrator pursuant to Section 8.6 of the Charter has proposed that the town enter into a collective bargaining agreement with the Derry Police Patrolmen's Association for the period of July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2027. And whereas pursuant to RSA 273:A, the legislative body must make an appropriation to fund the cost items of the collective bargaining agreement, and whereas the cost items is this collective bargaining agreement applicable to fiscal year 2025 shall be included in the FY25 budget, and the council is aware of and acknowledges the future costs of the agreement. which the town shall be obligated to fund. Now, therefore, be it resolved in council that the terms, conditions, and costs of the collective bargaining agreement between the town of Derry, the Derry Police Patrolman Association for the period July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 are hereby approved.
So moved.
Further,
There's more.
sorry. Further, the town administrator is hereby directed to include the sum of $297,996 in the FY25 budget to fund the FY25 cost of the agreement. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage, adopted February 20th, 2024.
I still second.
All right, motion by Counselor Granessi, second by Counselor McEachran. On the motion, Counselor Cherichello.
Yes.
Counselor Spencer.
Yes.
Counselor Katsoukaris.
Yes.
Counselor Granessi.
Yes.
Counselor McEachran.
Yes, and again, thank you very much to the patrolmen and women for this agreement.
And the chair votes yes, and again, to your point, thank you for all those making
Appreciate
that
it.
happen. Much appreciated. Gonna take a quick pause real quick. We have some late arrivals. So, more important business. Chief, come on up and take a picture.
And bring the family. This is the family photo op. Want to make sure you're here with the family. How we doing? Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your night. All right. Moving on, 24-15, Resolution 2024-009, to amend the town's general assistance guidelines. Mr. Karen.
Thank you. For the last several years, the town has contracted with Community Health Services of Greater Derry to manage our general assistance program. CHS also manages the assistance programs for Londonderry and Hampstead, so there are definitely some economies of scale there. Further, they also have counseling sessions with any GA recipients to ensure that they share and implement a common goal to return any applicants to self-sufficiency. So to do that effectively, we have to update our general assistance guidelines on occasion. Previously, we used two publications from the New Hampshire Municipal Association as our guide. One is the Art of Welfare Administration in 2016, and the second one was the Model Welfare Guidelines back in 2012. And so this resolution reflects updates to NHMA's updated model guidelines from 2021, and they're recommended for adoption by Community Health Services of Derry.
Questions?
Nope. Seeing no questions, I'll jump right into the resolution. Resolution number 2024-009, to amend the town's general assistance guidelines. Whereas Section 5.1 of the Charter designates the town council as the governing and legislative body of the town, and whereas RSA 165 requires the town to relieve and maintain any person in the town who is unable to support himself, and whereas the town council previously adopted the general assistance guidelines to provide direction and guidance during the administration of general assistance, and whereas the guidelines require updating to reflect changes in the cost of living and other procedures as guided by state law and court rulings, now therefore be it resolved in council that the council hereby adopts the Town of Derry General Assistance Guidelines dated February 21st, 2024. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage.
Second.
Okay, motion by Counselor McEachran, second by Counselor Katsoukaris. On the motion, Counselor Cherichello.
Yes.
Counselor Spencer.
Yes.
Counselor Katsoukaris.
Yes.
Counselor Granessi.
Yes.
Counselor McEachran.
Yes.
The chair votes yes, carries 6-0. Counselors, questions, comments, liaison reports, anything?
Looks good.
Oh, Counselor Spencer.
I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone involved with the Frost Fest last weekend. I wasn't able to attend, unfortunately, but it sounded like, despite not being very wintry for the winter stuff, there was a good day, and so I just want to thank everyone for putting that on.
All right, anyone else?
It was a good festival.
Everything's good.
Yeah, so very good night tonight, so
Yep.
Chief, congratulations again,
I know.
Yeah.
appreciate it. Mrs. Chief, congratulations.
And the little chiefs.
And the
And
little,
the little future up and coming.
little chiefs.
No homework tonight. You're all, you get the night off from homework. You're all set.
So, and to the Patrolman Association for
Yep.
that CBA agreement, so thank you for that.
Good night.
We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Short and sweet.